Thank you very much, Frankie. Amazing interview with Penta Boy Crowny here. But welcome to the LEC post-game lobby, where I'm joined by Ender and Adam. I can say the French way for once. They make fun of me so much backstage whenever they have to pronounce your name. It's like, can you do it, Ender? Maybe.
Tu t'appelles Shadom. Chadom. Okay. I thought CH was soft. Am I trolling?
Depends on the word. I mean,
Okay.
it's like it's
It's
not even
nice-
a French.
nice
word.
I tried.
But yeah.
I studied for 3 ans, so.
3 ans.
3 ans.
Amazing French. And thanks for trying. Thanks for the
I did my best.
Adam, thank you for joining us. Amazing series. Very one-sided. Did you expect it to go this way today against Korea? And what were the understanding of the team coming into today?
I think like the confidence for everyone was that we would actually 2-0 them.
Yeah.
Right now we're pretty good dynamic. Once again, I like to repeat it a lot, but the dynamic we're on right now is, I think, really really healthy for us as well, and really tryharding, I would say. We all pretty confident on what we can actually achieve and what we can do in games. We've been working a lot on our weaknesses that we could show on winter, from mid game, etc. But right now, I think we found like our heart of identity as a team, of what we are as BDS team. And to be honest, nothing scares us right now.
And we noticed that, and especially around mid-game, who could be a bit shaky at first when I was watching BDS's games, but here, playstyle refined, and every player seems to know what they're supposed to do in game and adapt based on that.
And I think especially in the team fights, in not just this game, but in the previous one before too, like a lot of it was sort of like dodging away from the initial cannon engage, like dropping an exhaust on, kiting back, and then turning around when you had the opportunity. Like, I don't know, I felt like apart from the one fight in River, like one of those early Drake fights, it seemed like every single fight went very convincingly your way, and you were able to deal with the engage threats on Koi really easily.
Yeah, I agree, especially with what Crony said. He said that we're all good players, and especially in teamfight, we just need to click, kinda. But it's also important that everyone knows and understands what each other can do in one team fight. It's like we're not 5 players, we're just like one player fighting with 5 characters, and this is, I think, where we show like the best form of BDS, I would say.
So is it a situation where you have a lot of like communication like leading up to a fight, like I'm looking for this angle, those sorts of things, and then it gets like more quiet, like just focusing on like who we're hitting?
Yeah,
that sort of thing?
Like the communication is how we want to start the fight initially. But once the start fights, everyone already knows what he wants to do and what his teammate needs, etc. So we don't need to communicate that much. We just need to focus on clicking. Like for me, I was focusing on peeling as well, because I'm playing San, or I was playing Jarvan as well, full peeling. And you know, I just expect my teammate to click well. They're clicking well. Everyone expect each other like the best, you know, because we have to expect the best from us. We know that we can be even more better than what we've shown today, and we'll keep on tryharding.
And it's already super clean, honestly, when you look at BDS's game. But I'm really interested in what you just said, the process from 5 players just becoming one and one mind and knowing exactly who is supposed to do what and when. I know that there's been a lot of praise for your coaching staff in helping you in that sense, and you renew with Striker, who you used to work with a couple of years ago. Tell me about the process of becoming a team, basically, because it's not just because you have 5 players that they're going to click together, but the process of being aligned and having the same vision of the game and being this polished vision of BDS that we see right now.
I think overall it can be hard to get to this point as a team. It's like really hard because we mostly need to go through a lot of you know, bad stuff, like a lot of negative stuff, to be able to overcome them and be even stronger after. After what we've shown on winter, we already tried, you know, to work on our weaknesses back then, but it was actually not enough. It was not enough, and we kept on tryharding this entire spring split. We kept on trying what was the best for us, what could identify us as a team, and we kept on working on this, working again, and it's finally paying off, I would say, according to what we're able to show right now as of today. I think that we're a really good team, but we still have a lot of stuff to work on. It's not the moment like to get, you know, cocky a bit. We need to be humble again, because we know we can go even further. So I'm just excited.
Well, one of the things that you've been, as a team, very good at is getting Drakes.
Yes.
Like, have you lost a Drake yet? I don't think so.
I think we got.
I think it's a perfect.
We got 16 drakes.
Yeah, absolutely insane.
And we didn't give one. I think we never gave one. Yeah.
Really impressive. And one of the things that I noticed, especially today, was both games you just like sacked top lane effectively, like your first base on the Jarvan and the Sion. It was just base, instantly run bot lane for that dragon. I even think on the Sion game you didn't even have TP up.
No, I didn't
so like
no.
you were just really happy to give up like 2, maybe even 3 waves to the tower. Is that a trade-off you're like super comfortable making in that matchup? Because you're just getting pushed in anyways.
Yeah, I'm just facing I'm just facing Kennen on the Jarvan game. I go Drake because Drakes are like really important, especially like the fact that, especially in the first game, like I show myself bot, it kind of creates pressure for the enemy bot side, and my team is really happy that I come to Drake and I just TP it up so I don't lose anything. Regarding the Sun, it's a bit different, as you said. I'm just getting pushed in, so I don't mind just giving 6 creeps just to secure 1 Drake, which is like way more efficient. I can just do that with Sun, but it's not because I play Sun that I can do that. I can maybe do that with Darius or any other champs. It's just identifying what's the best for us and what could be leading us to the victory in the end. And top lane doesn't really matter in this type of games, I would say, because it's heavily bot side oriented, I would say. But Koi, they kind of like to pressure top a lot. So I'm like, if they want to pressure top, then I will just help my bot lane the most I can. And here we are, I would say. Yep.
You mentioned Koi. Of course, Shiganda played a lot of Kennen since yesterday, and we've talked about the fact that these AP champions were going to come back with the recent patch changes. Any take on top lane and the shift of the meta since the beginning of group stage so far?
Well, the AP tops come back. There's Malphite that came up. We see a bit of more Rumble again. I played against Rumble yesterday. But overall, playing against Kennen, I think it's really hard for Western team to execute him like Rel. If it was any Korean or Chinese Kennen, I would be kind of scared to play against. I'm not gonna lie. But I think in EU, I'm pretty chill about that. I would say it's not that big of a deal to counter him and to play according to what Kennen can do in team fight and where he can flank, etc. Kennen is not a threat, I would say, in EU, and I think the meta will shift back to what it was.
All right.
Yeah, because AP tops will be a bit hard to make work. And I would say, the top laners will just go back to normal.
It wouldn't be the first time in Europe either. It's like, oh, let's play these carry top. I'm busting out the Fiora. Wait a second, it's best of 5s. I'll stay away from that for a little while. But I think especially like you're talking about like countering the Kennen. I think the game 1 draft especially, it was so hard for Shigenda to play team fights because he's coming in, he's just getting like Cinder eat away, insta exhausted by the Lulu. Even if you were to go for like a Zanya's build, which isn't like as popular like Rush anymore, like you're still getting polymorphed, so you might not even get to cast it in fights. And there was no other like really hard engage tools on the opposite side to try and force plays either to like bait out those cooldowns before Kennen goes in. So I think that's really important, is drafting something that can go in alongside Kennen and bait out some of the important disengage tools on the other time if you're going to try to make it work.
Yeah, and we'll see if there's some learnings coming on the side of teams from this week to the next one. And let's focus on the bracket on that sense to see what is going to be BDS's next opponent and what the playoffs are going to look like. Vitality is the next one for you guys. How do you feel about that? I thought today was going to be messy. It was not as messy as I thought, but when I look at an opponent like Vitality, bloodbath starting minute 0, I think, versus you guys.
Well, Vitality are one of the best, teams in the league. I think they're in pretty control on what they're doing and what they want to do in the games generally. So they're a team, they find their identity. They know what works well for us. We do, so it's gonna be a great battle, especially best of 5 against them. I'm just really excited. I'm playing against Photon. I like this guy a lot. I consider him as my, low-key rival in this league. I think he's really mechanically skilled, and it's always a great training kind of for me to play against him, I would say.
And it will be our match of the week, played on Monday, the opening match of our playoffs in the LEC. And there, for the rest of the games, we have Mad Lions versus Fnatic, SK versus G2. Any quick take on these games and how they should play out?
SK eliminate G2, and we forget about them. They're going to MSI. It's fine. That's kind of what my heart wants to see. I want to see just like ignore, give them time to practice, whatever. But honestly, like Mad Lions Fnatic, that's a crazy one, because you'd think for like week after week it's like, oh, Mad Lions, obviously. I don't know how obvious that is anymore. And I see a very real world where Fnatic are eliminating them.
Adam, any take on that?
How could I wish Madlands to lose when they have Niske and Healy? I just
I
cannot.
know.
Yeah, I just cannot, But I really hope that Mad wake up. I really hope so because I think they deserve way better than what they're showing right now. They're way better than what they are, especially. So I really want them to win, and I think they should be winning. To be honest, they should be able to win even against Astralis. I would say SK G2 should be winning.
Should. You never know.
Be, yeah, should be winning.
Yeah.
Should be winning. But we never know. G2 under draft, sometimes can be a bit. I won't say, but we'll see, I guess.
Sometimes cooking, sometimes burning the kitchen. You never know what you're going to end up having on the side of G2. We have EMEA Masters starting tomorrow, as we said in Reddit Check today. And Adam, I feel like when I'm saying this, I'm like, I remember you when you were this little, because I discovered you in EU Masters, actually, when you were with K-Core back then. And hopefully we're going to discover a lot of new talents from EMEA Masters this year again. But tell me about your experience back then, how much it meant to you, and how do you reflect on this time? You had one split, you won EU Masters back then, and then you went to Fnatic. So yeah, experience back then.
I just spent like one split in the LFL.
Yeah.
I won it. First time I participate in EMEA now, I suppose.
New name.
Yeah, EMEA. Sorry.
New region, new names.
And I win it, and then I just go back to Fnatic. So my times in URL were kind of short, I would say. Kind of short. I would say I didn't get that much experience from it. I think the player that I was when I was in KC and the player that I was when I joined Fnatic, it was kind of the same, just a bit more laning-wise experience. Yeah, usually when you're a rookie in your first team like this, you kind of notice the experience that you got when you spend some years. And on hindsight, I didn't get so much experience from it. I just got the first like professional on how is it to be like a professional player in an ERL, and how it is to be like a pro player, how it is to play stage, how is it to play EMEA Masters, finals, etc. So I just got that experience.
So next question, who do you think, or which region do you think is going to win? Because you went from EU Masters to EMEA Masters because there's the TCL and Arabian League now also as well. So with this addition to the competition, do you think the LFL stands a chance, or...
Surely.
You know that I'm going to jump on you if you don't say that.
I like LFL. Honestly, I like it a lot, but TCL teams should be on a whole another level. They've been participating to MSI towards every year, and this is an experience that you just cannot be comparing to any ERLs. I'm sorry, Laure, I'm sorry, but this should be smashing. I'm not gonna lie, this should be smashing, and especially ERL level has been a bit worse than the past few years, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, than last year at least. So I still. I still think the TCL will win.
Let the record show I'm Team LFL all the way. So.
Oh, thank you. Merci beaucoup. And should we really listen to Darius OTP anyway? Adam, I'm really happy that you advanced to the next stage. Thank you for joining us today on the postgame lobby. Good luck against Vitality next week also. Last question for you. How is the solo queue challenge going? I saw you were ahead of your teammates. How is the solo queue challenge so far? And are you venturing with the rest of BDS? Because you're ahead of
solo queue challenge between like French streamers and French pro players. I'm actually getting run down by Masters, honestly. Please do something. Please do something with solo queue. It's unplayable. The Master, there's 15k Masters. Honestly, it's unplayable. Please fix it right.
A cry for help here from Adam. Thank you so much.
When Masters
again
solo queue is harder than EMEA Masters.
Can you imagine?
That is true, by the way.
All right, we will take the selfie now. Ender, you're gonna have to.
Oh yeah, no worries.
You're with short people today, so yeah, make an effort.
I'll go shorter than all of you.
All right. No, why am I doing this?
I don't know.
Adam, thanks again. Merci beaucoup. Ender, you've been great, as always.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, and thank you all for watching the LEC this week again. We'll be back on Saturday for week 5 of the LEC Spring Split. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Passez une bonne semaine.
Yeah, it's fine. You kill. Slowly.
We kill them.
I will kill them.
Slowly. Kill Olaf. Think fast, kill him fast.
Nice. Nice. Good job, guys.
Going up into the feathers, the Q lands. He's very powerful, and he goes straight in on top of it. They're going to try and get the kick back. The Q again! It's the Bo show right now, and Vitality are loving it.
But they get the job done, and now Bo moving in onto this bottom side.
Oh, they get the perfect kick back, and that means Kobet's going to an immediate ultimate to try and keep himself safe. That's going to be another kill for Bo.
But now Koi have a numbers advantage instead. Crownie dies in the lightning crash going forward. Crowney's got one. Oh, it's shooting season for Crownie, and Koi have his targets.
Well, it's Sin's out versus Lee Sin. There's going to be a little bit more damage. Flash for Flash. Does he get another one? Bo goes back in! Brought back in by Perks. And that's first blood to the Draven. No more CC down, but now Leader's in a lot of trouble. And the staff comes down. Double kill over to my boy Bo. He cannot be stopped. One more swing of the axe, and that is going to be another kill.
In the bot side here, Finn in trouble.
No ult on Finn, no Ragnarok, which means he's just going to be CC'd underneath the tower, shut down.
Watching Lucian.
Yeah, Lucian there.
Nice.
I'll be on this middle.
Look at Kate.
Jag ult. Är det pengar kan problem? Lucani.
Yeah, Lucani, she's on me.
Finish Annie.
Perks has flash and has ultimate, looking for Kava, and he finds him with no sums.
Bolt breaker coming in. Larson knocked up, knocked back, and shut out of the game. First blood back there onto Trimby. The hook hits. Nuke could have flashed it, decided not to. The ignite ticking, not even needed. Perfect execution from Larson and Trimby. Going with the rest of BDS are collapsing. Nuke is low. Shigenda trying to put the damage down, but the lantern away. Into the flash forward, they lock him up, they take him out, Larson's fallen. The Shigenda here, the miasma can come down from Nuke as well as Shigenda, even with the slicing mouse from Petrifying Gaze. The poison, the flash is enough, but Crownie's still full HP, he's dodging, he's dipping, he's diving, it's all Crownie, but call him king, cause he has been crowned with a pentakill! Crownie on the Nexus and BDS in playoffs.